Game 4 of the opening rounds of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. It's the New Jersey Nets up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And a good evening. Welcome to New Jersey Nets basketball. Spencer Ross along with Bill Raftery and Matt Lachlan. And tonight, the Nets need a victory to keep their hopes alive. But Bill, I tell you, been around sports a long time. You see injuries. I have never seen anything like this in all my years in this game. And you've been around a lot longer than me.
Obviously, but decimated when you think of it. This is a club that has not had the same group together. Anderson, I think, so important in running the club. Also, Ramil assisting him. Duds with the stress fracture. Sam Bowie. How about the hip with Morris? And look at this shot. I mean, if Chuck could turn to this group and say, come on, fellas, muster a little up, I think they could get a few things accomplished on the floor. But Drazen as well with the ankle, Morris with the hip.
And we'll take a look at those three. You have three players who are with the team right now, but are playing as injured players. Morris, Petrovic, Robinson, and I think something has to be said also about Rick Mahorn and just his effort a couple of nights ago. Talked about it with Chuck in the pregame show, and you've been around this game a long time. Just that kind of gamesmanship, that kind of desire is what makes guys winners.
I felt great just watching him come out on the floor, Spencer. That's what it's all about. I mean, any game, if you can contribute a little bit, but when you're as sick as he was over the weekend, and he saw Sam go down to come out and perform, he is a little bit better, though. I saw him in the locker room before the game, but you have to admire Chuck and the staff. They have this air about them that, all right, guys aren't here, let's go with what we have. We mentioned the other night the ability to use them all during the course of the year so that there is a confidence at playoff time. And even though they lost the other night, I mean, they're not afraid to go in and mix it up and contribute. And tonight, they're going to have to reach back a little bit further. This is a big, talented club, and let's hope they come up with some double-ups and some magic, and maybe Derrick with one of his great games, and Draz and Chris Morris able to score a great deal and play through their injuries.
And as far as the Cleveland team is concerned, the Nets were able to contain Mark Price. Perhaps he contained himself a little bit. They did a good job at him. He shot 2 of 12 from the floor. But there are so many aspects to this Cleveland team. Of course, there's Daugherty in the middle, and there's Williams, and there's a man named Larry Nance, who really, I felt, was the big key in game number 3.
Larry Nance, a terrific player. You mentioned Price. He took that bandage off his thumb, which hurt him, but Nance has to play Derrick and yet make the shots, penetrate when there is a double up. You know what you need tonight? You need a game like Magic Johnson had against the Sixers when he played center and Kareem was unable to perform. You need Derrick to come up with a performance like that, and you've always got a shot. It's a matter of doing exactly what the coaches asked, the game plan, then defensively understanding what Cleveland's trying to run and play sound. Don't gamble, play solid, take the easy baskets when they show, and maybe the Nets can grab one tonight.
And they got to stay close right from the outset. I don't think this is a game they can fall 20 behind and come from behind.
Not at all. They got to be solid.
Okay, right from the outset, we'll find out the starting lineups, the Nets and the Cleveland Cavaliers, and Rick Mahorn will be in that starting lineup when we return. The two teams out on the floor going through their warm-up period, and right now let's check out the playoff picture, which is brought to you by Payne Weber. They believe their most important investment is an investment in relationships. Last night, the Knicks needed overtime, and Doc Rivers filled it up with 3 3-pointers in the extra session, and the Knicks beat the Indiana Pacers 109-100. The Knicks win that series 3-1. Phoenix has finally gotten itself together. They're all even now with the LA Lakers, even in that series at 2 games apiece, as the Suns win it in LA 101-86. They will come back to Phoenix for the 5th and deciding game. And this one also tied as Seattle went to Utah and beat the Jazz on Utah's home court and evens that series up at 2 games apiece. So we check out the brackets right now. You see the Knickerbockers have advanced, and they will go up against Charlotte. Charlotte beating the Celtics 3-1. That controversial, was it a goaltending or wasn't it a goaltending?
Was it?
Well, it was close. It was close.
Doug Collins said to both of us,
Doug Collins said it wasn't.
It's impossible to tell. Said Gil got a piece of the ball. Was it in? Was it out? They couldn't tell. Couldn't get the right angle.
If they called it, though, if they had called it, it would have been, well, in Charlotte, they would have gone bonkers.
Oh,
right? Wow, to lose a game that way. But how about Chicago? They just walloped Atlanta Michael Jordan just doing the job once again. And there you see the Nets against Cleveland. And with the Nets going against Cleveland, the winner of that series goes against Chicago. Over in the West, here's the way it'll match up. Now, Portland and San Antonio play tonight. Spurs lead that series 2-1. Game 4 tonight is in Portland. So if Portland can come up with a victory in that one, it would send it to a 5th and decisive game. Houston and the LA Clippers, they're even at 2 games apiece. The Clippers, Larry Brown's team, getting some things together. And Seattle and Utah tied at 2 games apiece. So Chuck Daly and his New Jersey Nets trying to keep this season going for yet another day, another couple of days, at least until Sunday for the 5th and deciding game. But of course, they got to win the 4th. Can't get ahead of yourself right here. And kidding with Chuck on the pregame show, I said, Chuck, do you feel like you want to put on a drum and put a fife and come out there with a bandage around your head like the old Revolutionary War guys? I just want to keep going and going and going. Just got to keep going. And that's his philosophy.
Attitude. He always has felt you've got to be ready to contribute. Here's a guy that has been magnificent of late. Out of Clemson.
23 points, 17 rebounds in that 3rd game. Mike Sanders, Brad Daugherty will join him at the center position. Daugherty coming off a 22-point performance in that 3rd game. And in the backcourt, Greg Elo and Mark Price. Elo had himself a big night, 22 points in game 3. Hit 9 of 16 from the floor. And Price, who really struggled, was 0 for 5 from 3-point range. Had a total of only 7 points for Lenny Wilkins Ball Club. And now the New Jersey Nets set to be introduced. And the lights dim. So the Nets about ready to be introduced.
Nice excitement the other night. It's going to be important that it prevails this evening as Ramil, the injured thumb on the left hand, fortunately. Nets finally getting an injury break, so to speak.
And there's Drazen, who still is not back 100% on that knee.
Major contribution tonight, I think. He could have one of those.
Biggie.
Incredible. Biggie, that's right.
And here's Rick Mahorn.
I like this move. Give Dwayne a chance. Rest, feel the game. Rick be a little bit physical. See how long he can go. And another guy that has to step up, to my mind, offensively. Ring the bell. Chris Morris.
Had a big game in that 3rd game with 20 points. In that 2nd game, rather, in Cleveland. And Derrick Coleman, who has really just slowly but surely become the heart and soul of this basketball team. The respect level that he gains throughout the league, the respect level he gets. Hey, somebody turn the lights on?
You looked a lot better
Bill,
earlier.
Hello, Bill. The respect level that this man now commands, not only amongst teammates, but around the league, it just grows on a day-by-day basis. The Meineke matchups look like this. Larry Nance, who said it's really tough, almost impossible to guard Derrick Coleman, has that honor tonight once again. Mike Sanders has a tendency to get out of the gate quickly against the net. Morris will have to stop him, and Mo's going to have to come up with some big numbers. But again, his hip is bothering him. And
how much can he run? How much can he bang?
And he's got to run.
Sanders is an interesting matchup because when they do double, he sneaks around, gets that jumper. Because you figure, well, we'll leave him alone early. Maybe he won't ring the bell.
Well, the way he takes that shot, you'd say he could never make it, right?
Peculiar,
like,
almost.
Like Alex
Hannum. Yeah, the ball.
Now that's not quite. Alex Hannum's shot might have been the ugliest jump shot I've ever seen.
One of the thoughts you had earlier too, the crowd has embraced Derrick Coleman as well. I mean, that's as important as the league.
Absolutely.
I mean, become in their mind the superstar.
Joe Crawford, Dan Crawford, and Joe Forte our officials tonight, and off the tip it's controlled by the Cavaliers. This is Mark Price with the basketball. Ramil Robinson. You see that left hand to Ramil's tape and the left thumb. Here's Price.
Up and down, and
turns it over. Ball goes over to the nets.
What Mahorn does with Daugherty, though, he can bounce him out a step or two. And now what that does, you've got to do some things with the dribble. You might get some late help.
Just underway here, game number 4. Here's Petro, got the screen, picked up on the switch by Nance.
There's that strength. He's able to discard even a guy like Larry Nance.
And remember, we're talking about a man who is the all-time leading shot blocking forward in the NBA. Here is Elo, knocked away beautifully by Morris. Coleman
trying to do the pass and everything before you get control of the ball, and that's the excitement.
That's all right, though. Good hustle on by the Nets defensively.
Great play by Mo.
Just underway. Mark Price with the basketball. Here's Sanders against Morris.
Back screen. Just a little late. Almost another steal by Mo.
And Sanders gets Cleveland's first basket. We're tied at 2.
Now that back screen's been effective. You've got to switch if that's the call, or help your partner through.
Petro.
Watch the help.
There's two-man look there. 6 in the 24. Rumil. Coleman. What a snatch! But taken away from him by Elo.
The Nets late recovering too. They're very fortunate on that play.
Here's Daugherty backing his way in on Mahorn.
Now they can see once you put your body into 2 hands, that's the automatic call. Actually makes officiating easier. He's going to have to be able to body up, or he's going to have some problems.
The 2 hands, and that's it. It's a foul.
And then the leg, too.
Nance. Larry Nance, who had the hot hand in game number 3, hit 9 of 17, 23 points. Gives the Cavaliers the early lead.
Unerring jump shot from the corner, too. Coleman's gotten out of the gate quickly. See if they go, nice cut.
And Ramil tried to put it up with the left hand. Steals it back now.
That would have been a nice one to reorganize.
And you have to worry. Price won't go on the follow. You have to worry about Ramil's ability to shoot the basketball with that dunk problem in his left hand.
Nice look here, huh, Spence? Yeah, it'll be difficult. What a ball fake.
Shot just won't go. That's now 1 of 5 from the floor. Good opportunity.
I was just going to say, all good looks.
You gotta make them, though. This is a 48-minute crunch time right here. Here's Daugherty. He makes it.
Simple little play, back screen the center with Elo. Now, if you want to switch Drazen, if you got some major problems, played it well, but he made it.
3 minutes into this first quarter, Cavaliers take a 6-2 lead. Crowd trying to get the Nets into it. Here's Ramil. They went with the left hand again, knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland ball.
And that's the hand that he's got the problem with.
You know, we all think we have 5 fingers on a hand, but you can take away any finger from the hand. The thumb, though, is what controls everything. Here's Ramil again. Coleman using the glass.
And Ramil just with that strength, power dribble, sucking the defense towards him. A little challenge on Nance's shot, too. You got to get a hand up. Not as easy to stroke it.
8:25 left first quarter. Here's Elo. Daugherty again against Mahorn. Well, he's smooth.
Well, he knows he can get the shot off because of the size difference. It's a matter of not letting him get it that tight. Now, easier said than done because they run a lot of little sets to get him low.
3, 4.
Morris, he'll take it.
Nice hold off by Mahorn. That's a high percentage finish.
That's right.
Send it in, Christopher.
8-6, Cavaliers by a deuce. Here's Nance. Oh, Mahorn gets the foul, and that is his second.
Personal foul number 4.
And Chuck Daly doesn't hesitate, right off the bench. And the rookie Dwayne Shintz is going to have to come in.
Here's that play around the horn, and down low, Mahorn holding off to make sure there's an open path for Chris Morris.
Yeah, it's funny, I refer to him as a rookie, which he is not, but in effect he is. Shintz. So Mahorn leads, and Shintz is into the lineup with 7:45 left in this first quarter.
At the free throw line, Larry Nance.
While Nance tees it up, Spencer, you know there's only one thing better than a New Jersey Nets win. And that's celebrating with an ice-cold Budweiser, the king of beers.
Nance hasn't missed too many in the playoffs from the line, shooting 85%. Cavaliers by 3. And you see it's 7:40 left first quarter.
Little staggered double, weak side. Good activity.
Petrovic,
Good cut. The circular route. First Christopher Morris, and then Draz.
So the Nets within 1. Trying to hang tough and send this series back to Cleveland for a Game 5 on Sunday. And Price, very uncharacteristic of him.
He's
the
struggling.
2 turnovers tonight are just,
He's been struggling,
they're
Spence.
priceless.
Well, not a Rembrandt, but nice little.
Nance can do it with the best. Ooh, almost a steal by Coleman. Here's Nance. Jump we talk about it is.
Oh, Sanders got away with a shove on Morris.
With a good steal. Gives it to the middle. Too far from Petrovic. Mo wanted it back.
Yep, just relax.
Yep. So
Relax a little bit, Spence.
Nets within 1. We get our first timeout. 6:47 left in the first. And his ability to block shots.
Well, his contributions are manifold. Well, one is the defense, and the Nets on open floor opportunities have to excel. Get a shot. Half court's a struggle on occasion because of the size. Nance and people able to block shots and be in good position. So when you get that opportunity, take advantage.
There you see the shooting in the early going. A lot of turnovers also thus far. Cleveland with 4, Price with 2 of those 4, and the Nets already with 3 turnovers. Here's Price.
Trying to get him involved a little bit.
Would like to get him involved if you're Lenny Rokic, because he is really the key to this team. This is a struggling team, less than mediocre without him, record-wise over the last 3 years. Petro for the lead.
Good luck.
Price, that's a good look too, huh?
What happened is Draz did not compliment Chris Morris. He was playing his guy. You got to play that guy until his man gets back.
Sanders gets his second basket. The Cavaliers with a 3-point lead midway through this first quarter.
And Derrick had too many touches early here, Spencer, compared to the other night.
Nance tying him up, wrestling with him on the post.
They're going to make Ramil beat them, you notice?
And Ramil is struggling from the floor. 0 for 5 now. Price. Morris, what a rebound. And Mo brings it out himself around Daugherty. Mo to Ramil, steps. Another turnover.
Open floor. Empty trip. They got to be alert. The fast pitch. And Nets recover.
5.5 left first quarter.
Tough match with Sanders in low with Ramil.
Sanders puts it home. Sanders' third field goal. Again, he is a guy, as we said at the top of the telecast, you want to keep him off the board early.
And they got Draz with the push on Elo.
Draz picks up his first personal. Nets have 2 team fouls, both on Mahorn. The Cavs have yet to pick up a foul.
Now that's the back screen if they... just simple screen down, and Daugherty once again an assist. You mentioned the first game, over 4 assists a game. That's pretty darn good basketball.
7-point Cleveland lead, 15-8 here in the early going. Nets were within 1, 9-8. Cavs have run 6 in a row. Coleman finds Shintz for the jump hook.
That's familiar.
Yeah.
He does spot up well. An unselfish look by DC.
Price. Fouled by Coleman.
Price upset, and
Personal foul number 44,
Derrick trying to control. Pretty good sportsmanship. This is what he does very well. The blow by. Ooh.
I think Derrick thought he was falling.
Well, the wrapper. No, I think it was very. It looked worse in the replay.
I think Derrick thought he was falling and wanted to keep him hitting the ground. Gonna get down on Ramil.
It's fun to work with Harry Carey.
Well, he didn't really punch him in the head, did he?
Here is he at his best, I think, penetrating and causes problems. That time, the deep jumper.
So he gets his first field goal, 1 for 4 from the floor. 17-10.
And a good job by Drazen. He knew the switch Elo on Coleman. And Sanders is illegal, but nobody's saying anything.
And when he made the call, Elo has it knocked away. Nice play by Ramil Robinson. Coleman wants to go. He's got the little guy on him. Morris.
Didn't need it. He's got to take it.
It'll still be net ball.
See, that's a nice look, but it's a smaller guy that's going to get it blocked. Mo's got that nice 3-4 foot shot. Take it. You like to be unselfish, but...
And Ramil also didn't recognize that Coleman was matched up with Price. Derrick moved him out of the way. DC.
He hadn't touched it much down below. Steps it out. 2 buckets for the big fella.
Second field goal for Derrick Coleman. 17-12. Cleveland.
And Spencer, we always talk about good half-court offense, playoff time. This club runs some effective, this is a simple play, effective things.
Morris with the rebound. Gives it to Ramil.
Well, Price is quick.
Yeah. DC fakes the 3, and we got the foul on Sanders. There's Joey Crawford.
When you close out on a good shooter, it's that never land. And you can recall anytime you play the playground, he's going to come. You think he's going to shoot. Now he starts by Sanders. Caught.
So Ramil will get a rest. 0 for 5 from the floor. And no cheeks in the lineup. Petro trying to move around Elo. In and out of for Drazen. Drazen hit his first. He's now 2 for 4 from the floor. Nets are only 6 for 15. Daugherty.
He makes that one, doesn't he?
Usually.
Yeah. Sometimes you like to have him go baseline a little bit. Sanders again, huh?
Yeah, his second. And we'll get another timeout. 2:34 left in this first quarter. Cavaliers with a 5-point lead. Intent for the private, non-commercial use of our audience, any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the NBA is prohibited. With Bill Raftery and Matt Lachlan, Spencer Ross with you here at the Meadowlands. We have 2:34 left in this first quarter. Nets are down 17-12. Offensively, it has been a bit of a struggle. And take a look at those numbers of the offensive boards in the last 2 games.
They've been killers. You look at the suits and the sweater, and that's part of the dilemma. You don't have the big bulk with Sam and Duds on the Pines. Opportunity for a good club to get second efforts makes for a long night.
Sure.
That's why it's impressive how the Nets have played despite that number.
And right here, they are not shooting well. They're still very much in this ball game. As we said, you cannot let Cleveland, a night like this with the depleted forces the Nets have, get 15-20 up. It's going to be very, very difficult.
And the low scoring good if they can get their bearing. A nice ball movement, and Drazen once again, the quick hit. And Mo, could they use a big night from Christopher?
He's got 5. The Nets have scored 5 in a row. They cut the deficit to 2. Nance posting up. And in and outer, rebound. Coleman snatches it down and gives it to Mo Cheeks.
See how Mo looks? Excuse me, Drazen thought he was free, but Mo sees.
Coleman for the tie.
And I like the pace they're getting back in it. But it wasn't the adrenaline using first quarter of the other night.
So it's up 17 all now. Shinsis is able to front Daugherty and tick it out of bounds. 13 left in the 24-second clock.
And you know what was nice about that, Spencer? On the weak side, everybody anticipating if he didn't get there to support him.
Elo's open. Got the screen on the baseline. His second field goal. And a 19-17 Cleveland lead.
Nice slip.
Shinsis.
He can make it. We've said that. Good touch.
We're tied at 19 with a minute 19 left in this first quarter.
No fouls for Shinsis. If he can get by, would have helped. That'll be the chuck. And if he gets lighting it up, and he has been subdued of late.
You can put the lights out. Rice with a second field goal. Under a minute left first quarter.
Same play they're going to run. Chuck. No full. And they got Price over here with them.
That's mowed for three. On the rebound, pulled down by John Williams.
The dummy
nice
play, huh?
Daugherty couldn't make it. We got a loose ball foul on Nance.
Nice job. And Paul Silas had stood up before saying, check out, check out. And he used the arms, by the way.
Paul's disc, big arm. Lenny didn't like the call.
Got to keep him off the tin.
Nance his first personal. And only the
same play again, Spence. Why not?
Short that time. Daugherty with the rebound.
So wide open, he didn't stroke it.
Yeah, well, it's, he keeps getting those shots, and that first one was not a free cue. Make that shot. There's a 7-second differential between the game clock that you're looking at and the time clock. They're going to shoot. About 7 seconds left in the quarter.
See, he loves to. I was just going to say, he loves to split it a little bit like Michael.
Coleman finds Petro. What a pretty feed. With 6.5 seconds to go in the quarter.
Chuck up way to the time. You want to keep the ball in front of you.
Who got it? That ball. Mo made it happen.
And they got everybody into it. Hustle, effort, and understanding. Scored a goal, get ready to defend.
5.4 seconds remain. Coleman for three. Got it!
Ooh, feels good.
Elo will heave it from midcourt, looking good. A little bit wide. It ends in an upswing for the Nets, who lead it by 3.
That'll get you home smiling. A bada bing as well.
Three-pointer to give the Nets the lead, who at one time trailed its ball game 17-10. They close it out with a 14-4 run to end that first quarter.
Solid, and the defense by Mo at the end to defend the ball. Mo and Drazen are talking out in front about the screens. They've had a little confusion on the back screens, and what they're right here in your camera now. What better way to settle it than to discuss what they're running? But I was impressed with, after the score, Drazen's layup, chuck up, and everybody responds by keeping the ball in front, and Chris Morris almost comes up with a clean steal. They get it back, and the big fella nailing the three.
DC 4 of 5 from the floor, 9 points, 6 rebounds, and a couple of assists. Here's Mo Cheeks. And a rebound, John Williams. Ramil Robinson struggled. The thumb hurting him, 0 for 5. Mo Cheeks came into the lineup, and while you see nothing on the scoreboard for him, it has calmed the Nets down, the turnovers have stopped, and this has been a different ball play. Here's John Williams.
Taking Derrick away from the goal, too. That's how big they are. Mo matches up on Nance.
24-23, the Nets with a 1-point lead. Here's Cheeks to the hoop. Morris.
Nice.
To Shinsis. Pretty.
Unselfish. Chris, as good as I've seen in a while.
And, you had to wonder, would he be able to play tonight with that bad hit? Daugherty.
Very nice step through. I mean, he knows you're playing for the hook.
Price able to save it.
This will give you an example of what the Nets have been trying to do. The extra pass, nice look from the slam cam or the cross cam. Trying to get on track. The pro he is. Missed the first one unattractively. Takes it to the goal the second time to kick out. And that time nailing the jumper.
First one was a clanker. That's by 3. Minute and a half into the second quarter. All alone is Williams, and a pretty feed from Elo.
Pretty play though. I mean, excellent offense, but the defense, Derrick was trying to help the post guy. He's screening, popping out.
Price goes down. Sheets looking for Coleman, who's being tied up by Nance. Oh, looking for 2 in a row.
Solid. One of my favorites in Philly, I'll tell you that.
30-27, Nets by 3.
A pro.
Provided a spark for this team. But the Cavs are so aware of the fact that Schitzus is making.
He's passive.
Doing a good job. They want to get him out of the ballgame. They keep going to the big guy.
The other thing, I think Lenny's a saver, and he saves Daugherty once in a while and gets away from him. Tonight they're going right to him. No hesitating.
Petro.
His ball fake set it up.
Raz has 8. Again, the Nets by 3. A game that started off very sluggishly offensively has turned into an offensive show over the last 6 minutes or so. Daugherty clobbered by Schitzus. That's his first foul, and we'll get a timeout. 9:17 left in this first half, and the Nets holding on to a 3-point lead.
One of the few times Daugherty has come to this box, Spencer, and Dwayne up strong.
Technology and MCS service. One is a great reason to buy the other. It starts with Craig Elo. The action taking place on the baseline. And right here, John Williams gets the pick along the baseline, and that's a little slow in getting over. Tough to get over with those big wide bodies underneath there. Good teamwork.
If you noticed, terrific little play defensively, except that a little slip by Williams. Derrick tried to help out, and there you can see the Nets stepping it up. A tough start, maybe psychologically somewhat wounded coming in, and all of a sudden he said, "Hey, let's go play."
You reach a point where all of a sudden you say, maybe you can, and
maybe I will.
Yeah, and coming into this game, anything can happen. But coming into this game, with all the injuries and the way things have gone for the Nets, there had to be a little bit of a negativism surrounding this ball club. But Chuck Daly does his best to get rid of that kind of feeling, and then it's up to the players to go out and do the job, and they've done it thus far.
Very well prepared. I don't think they had a chance to work out yesterday because of the lack of bodies.
They're trying to dress you.
A little clear for Drazen.
Got it off over Elo. Tough shot.
He is strong. I mean, Elo trying to make a stand defensively and righting yourself with control. You got to be pretty tough.
Here's Coleman with a steal. He decides to take it, and Elo with the rebound. 3-point net lead. 8:35 left in this first half. Chucky Brown in the lineup. Mahorn has returned. Price way off the money. Rebound, Mo. Cheeks looking up to Petro.
Great look by Mo. Good defense, set it up, but just getting the right angle to deliver that loop.
Schitzus sits back down. Mahorn is back in there. Chucky Brown. Here's Sanders with a floater. Rebound, pulled down by Chucky Brown. Gets it out over to Petro.
Petro wants a little. Look at him force the issue. He wanted Derrick to come up and help out Cavs #1 in the foul category, but rebounding a little better, checking out, getting in front of the people. And look at this delivery. With outstretched hands of 7-foot-plus Brad Daugherty. The quick release. Got it.
Price and Elo leave. Brandon and Wilkins are in. It's 36-31.
Another good one. A little too free with the ball.
Knocked away by Chucky Brown.
Good balance, too, as Luke Cheeks got himself back with Draz.
You know, you're talking about the difference in the intensity, the difference in the emotionalism of this game compared with the third game. And yet the Nets lost that game. When Sam Bowie went out, the Nets led 35-30, just about the same scores here. Nice feed by Mahorn. Coleman lays it home.
Interior passing at its best.
But tonight, there's not that franticness. It's much more controlled, and the Nets doing very, very well.
And Chuck spacing, too, with Mahorn now in. Look at the pin down. Nice block.
Sanders with that unorthodox jumper. Coleman with an orthodox Coleman-esque rebound.
Look at Chuck saying, slow down.
Petro for three. An in and outer. And the rebound pulled down by Brandon. Brandon, that's a tough catch for Williams. Daugherty.
Sure was. That trailer tough as everybody's collapsed. Not a bad try. And off Wilkins.
White ball, says Joey Crawford. And Drazen and his best friend Gerald Wilkins colliding.
They'll be corresponding during the summer. Joey Crawford on top of it, but the hustle and scrappy play becoming a trademark of the Nets.
To the chant of "Let's Go Nets." A 5-point New Jersey lead, and Raphael Addison makes his first appearance of the evening. So it'll be Addison, Mahorn, Brown, Coleman, and Mo Cheeks. Petro gets his first rest as Addison will go to the two-guard spot.
And the shooting percentage impressive thus far.
Shensis, a good effort from him.
Pick coming, Mike. Pick coming, switch.
Good ball movement. Off the Pines. Drilling it.
Pines puts it home. You know, you talk about assist to basket ratio. The Nets with 19 baskets now, 17 assists. They're looking and finding the open man. Daugherty got a good idea.
Wow, great play by Mahorn and Cheeks. He went behind the pick, slid behind, challenged, nice little stuff by Mahorn, and that's right into the old refrigerator, huh?
40-33, 7-point net lead.
Gotta help.
Chucky, Brown, Mahorn, puts it home.
Boy, he had bulked his way, got Williams right under the 10.
A 10-2 net run. They lead it by 9 with 5:40 left in the first half. Sanders posting up, kicked it out of bounds.
Sometimes you don't like to give it to the post and you make a pass like that. That was one for Yogi Berra. Look at the bulk and presence of Ricky Mahorn. No mayhem.
Danny Ferry and Larry Nance back in the lineup for the Cavaliers. There's Mo Cheeks with a pretty spin move on Brandon.
A little teaching lesson by the professor.
And a 12-2 net run, an 11-point lead, and a timeout and a standing O. Let's check in with Matty Lachlan.
Spencer, yesterday at practice with Ramil Robinson's injury, some people were kidding with Maurice Cheeks saying, you know, you got to get ready on Friday. You might have to go 40 or 42 minutes. Now he's playing well, but he said 40 or 42 minutes. I don't know if these old legs can carry me. He said last night I played 13 minutes and I had to go to bed early. The way he's playing and with the struggles of Robinson, he's not going to come out of the lineup until he starts to show some signs of slowing down. So the old man leading things for the Nets tonight, maybe on tired legs, but he's still got a lot of gas.
Let him go 40 minutes and get a good night's sleep.
And oh, Matty, how we can relate to tired legs over here.
Nets with an 11-point lead since trailing 17-10. They've outscored the Cavs 34-16.
And everybody's favorite. Think Gerald will move to this area when he retires?
He used to love it here. Williams, great block by Chucky Brown. 24-second
Didn't hit the rim. Another good, strong effort on the defensive end. And was Mo a whirling dervish on that spin dribble earlier?
And it gets against the kid who's quicker than him.
Coleman, count it, and one! Solid step through. Well, when you got a guy that can elevate, you anticipate the pull-up, and look at the ward off, the physicalness, and you know what, more importantly at the end of this play, Spencer, the enthusiasm. He has shown a spirit, uplifting.
He's picking up the foul, his second. He's become the leader, no doubt about it. By example, 14 points for Coleman, a 14-point net lead with 4:40 left in this first half.
Now, there was no question Charles Daly.
A steal by Addison.
And the defense has been his strength as a coach. Got these guys doing as well as believing.
Brandon tried to steal it from Mo, who said no. And the feed to Chucky Brown won't go, and does.
Oh! Who would have ever expected him to end up with it, but Chucky Brown.
He's just hanging around in the right place after dishing it off, and a 16-point net lead. 4 minutes remaining in the half. Daugherty's going to come back in. Brandon, Mo Cheeks again bothered him. Chucky Brown to Mo, to Raphael. Oh, and he lost the ball.
Trying to jam it. Make the layup.
22nd timeout called here by the Cavaliers. Elo, Price, and Daugherty are going to come back in.
Good support by Coleman for Raph. And everybody knowing he had the easy deuce. A wonderful look by Mo. And don't forget, Mo Cheeks with a bad back. He's so quiet, nobody pays attention. He's out there giving all. Solid defense, excellent offense, fighting people with that back difficulty.
And a 16-point net lead and a 17-2 run. Game 5 of the series, if necessary, will be in Cleveland. What time? Well, there's certain things it depends on. Should the Portland series against San Antonio go to a 5th game? In other words, if Portland wins this tonight and send it to a 5th game, we'll be with you Sunday night. Should the Portland series end, the Sunday game will be seen on national television on NBC.
Spencer, remember, as we look at the turnovers, not a good evening thus far for the Cavs. The length of the game, we always talk about it. You can't rest if you are the Nets. You've got to be as assertive mentally and physically as possible. But this was a guy who has been around and in the wars and with some rings. Look at him get in the thick of things, and that's just a simple contribution. Spin dribble, solid D.
They came out sluggish. Ramil Robinson, the thumb apparently bothered him, turned the ball over 3 times, missed his first 5 shots. And you talk about being ready. And you alluded to that, you know, when we first got on the air, Chuck Daly's use of people to keep them all ready. Mo Cheeks comes in, and what a job and what a difference he has made in this ball club. And there you see the turnovers, and so many of them have been forced errors, forced by the defensive effort.
And the Cavs have done a nice job converting, so they've got to be careful. Don't give them opportunities to go the other way. As Kenny talks to Mo, maybe Kenny's giving advice to Mo in reverse now. And solid numbers, but the nice thing about this by Raphael, the response by Derrick.
Yeah.
Say, hey, relax, let's go.
We talked about him being the leader.
Nice
A big run right here for the Nets. So Price back in. Here's Ferry, and he gets his first basket. Now again, as in the game 2 nights ago, after a big lead like this, you don't want to go in the locker room up 5. You want to, as you say, keep extending it, keep forcing it, keep forcing it.
Good solid play is what you're after, and that's usually a good sign for the Nets. Look at him go after
the follow, won't go, and it goes over to the Cavaliers. 49-35.
I was surprised it was Ferry, but they got a good shot of it. I thought it might be Daugherty that gets the touch. Now they go to him.
Against Mahorn. who has 2 fouls, and Daugherty has 4 points in a row now for the Cavs, 14 for Daugherty, and it's 49-37. So the Cavs off the timeout have come out and put 2 quick hoops on the board.
There's a little go play, they call it. Pick and roll, 4-man and the guard.
And Price has it knocked away. Here's Price going for it, and it's 6 in a row now for the Cavaliers. Suddenly, Cleveland has cut the deficit to 10 with 2:35 remaining in the half.
And they will come, you know that. Just a matter of matching goals as they're making that run.
Mahorn. And Rick Mahorn.
Ricocheted.
His second basket and a 51-39 net lead. Offensive foul. Daugherty in deep. Pushing on Mahorn.
And Mahorn works on your psyche too. You know he sets it up. A little push and nudge, and you're trying to get him out. He knows if he gets it down low, he's the king.
2:10 left in the first half. Post up Coleman.
Nice open jumper.
Cheeks is open and puts it home.
And that's where Derrick is extraordinary. He knows when to give it up. Gets the 2 guys on him, locks them, even if he doesn't have anything for himself, bangs it out.
Cheeks 5 of 6 from the floor for a total of 10 points. And we got a foul on Coleman inside, off the ball. Only the second team foul on the Nets, but first one in the final 2 minutes.
2 on Derrick, the old wraparound, and this is tough to camouflage. Of course, this is the earlier play, Elo with the chug. And they are punishing one another.
Coleman 14 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Elo.
They got a walk, okay. I wasn't sure they were going to say step through an elbow. Good job by Raff. Even though you trail a guy, doesn't mean it's bad defense.
14-point net lead, approaching a minute and a half remaining in this first half. Mo Cheeks been a big story here in this first 24 minutes. Finds Coleman. And an illegal D.
They did that the other night. Same kind of a look. Got the illegal D, the first this evening. Brendan Seward telling Chuck what's been working, what's been effective. And a nice job by all these guys. Paul, Rick Carlisle. Well, they are doing a lot of grappling, Spencer.
Rapp on the line, but a little bit long. Rebound Ferry gives to Elo. This is certainly not a non-contact sport.
Never was, and never will be.
Ferry with a turnaround.
Good job.
Coleman, 8th rebound.
Force him into tough shot. Big time snare.
50 seconds remain in the first half, and the Nets lead the Cavaliers by 14. 53-39.
This is the communication on Chuck and Derrick. Chuck thinking one thing, Derrick thinking the other, and this is why he is a player's coach. Gives the clear to Derrick.
Got to shoot it, 2 on the 24. Raff got it off and put it home.
Got it all that time. Clock and deuce.
55-39. So the Nets with a 6-point run after the Cavs had cut it to 10.
And once again, Derrick giving it up at the right time.
Got a 10 on the 24. Daugherty.
Tough shot. Okay. Not much you can do.
Nets will play for the final now as we approach 10 seconds remaining in the half. It's down to 8. Addison to Chucky Brown. Rebound Daugherty with 2 seconds. 1, that's going to do it. They won't get anything off. As the horn sounds, ending the first half here at the Meadowlands. A great 24 minutes for the Nets, who lead the Cavaliers by 14, 55-41. You see the halftime score, 55-41. Cleveland led in this game 17-10, and then the Nets went on a 14-4 run to close out the first quarter, grabbed the lead, a 17-2 run to grab a 16-point lead. There have been so many heroes in these first 24 minutes of the game. I think you have to start maybe with Mo Cheeks coming off the bench the way he did.
Mo, just sensational, maybe of days of old. Staying with the Mo's, Chris Morris, another guy. Yeah. Got them out of the gate, nice flow to the game, making the 3, penetrating, Defensively, I mentioned Silas during the course of the game saying, check out a little bit. He then did. They sealed off a lot better than they have been doing all series. And then you go to Mahorn. So, and then Nets in position to do something exciting. So, defensively, I think Chuck's got them understanding what Cleveland's trying to run, taking them out of it, pushing them out a little bit further, and the spacing not as effective as it has been early on for the Cavs.
And Shinsis with a good job, but again, it all comes back really to Derrick Coleman. 14 points, 6 of 9 from the floor, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Those are halftime numbers, folks.
He's been solid. I mean, it's Larry Nance is going to wake up with a nightmare of Derrick Coleman, number 4-4, looming over him. He's just been solid. His offense, when stymied by the double team, kicking it off quickly on time so somebody can do something exciting, or the pass that leads to the pass, to the point, to the wing, bang for the shot or the penetration.
And the turnovers, the defense, you talked about the defense, certainly a big factor as the Cavaliers have turned the ball over 13 times. So the Nets lead it by 14 here at halftime, 55-41. We'll get back. Point lead here at halftime, and Matty Loughlin standing by to take a look around the NBA right after this.
The pages of the NBA Notebook. Hi again, everyone. I'm Matt Loughlin. The Los Angeles Lakers lost last night to the Phoenix Suns and now face the daunting task of having to defeat Phoenix at home on Sunday if they are to spring the big upset. If they fail, don't blame Vlade Divac. He's playing very well, averaging double figures in scoring and rebounding, 5.5 assists per game in the series, while blocking almost 3 shots per game. Of course, that's against a team where center is the weak link. As well as Divac has been playing is as poorly as Cliff Robinson has been shooting. He's hitting just 22% of his field goal tries in the series against San Antonio, the slender forward averaging just 9 points per game. Dominique Wilkins went over the 20,000-point scoring mark for his career this season. Earlier this week, the Hawks were eliminated in the playoffs by Chicago. Dominique, one of 6 players who've scored more than 20,000 points in their career, but have not played for an NBA championship team. This Ernie Banks list of basketball includes Walt Bellamy, who is one of 8 people being inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. The induction ceremonies will take place on Monday, and the list includes Julius Erving, Dan Issel, and Bill Walton, along with Bellamy, Dick McGuire, and Calvin Murphy. Those 6 join 2 females, Ann Myers and former Russian star Ulyana Semjonova, as the newest inductees. We reported on Wednesday that the report out of Atlanta is that Bob Weiss will be fired as head coach of the Atlanta Hawks. After this playoff story, you may feel that Weiss won't miss coaching the Atlanta Hawks. It seems that in Game 1 of their series against Chicago, late in the game, it was a blowout. The agent for Hawks player Greg Foster made his way to the bench and demanded that Weiss put Foster in the game. Weiss sighed and then turned to security and had the agent thrown out of the game. And that'll do it for a look at the NBA Notebook. I'm Matt Loughlin. We'll get back with more right after this.
With a 14-point lead here at halftime, the out-of-town nobody beats the Wiz scoreboard looks like this. That's Portland and San Antonio. That's a 9:30 start tonight with the Spurs leading that series 2-1 and a chance to wrap it up tonight. Spencer Ross, Bill Raftery with you. 58% from the floor for the Nets in the first half. And just a great run, and the defense really spurring the offensive on.
And doing some good things in the open floor. First quarter, we talked about fast break opportunities or open floor or easy baskets not doing well. But with our highlights, we have a Drazen Petrovic fast break situation, which has led to some easier goals and solid defense that happened to set it up. And Price still not knocking him down, right? Not on his game, but Mo with the proper selection of pass. The quick release. With the kiss. Mo, a solid contribution tonight. Cheeks to Brown. And then the extra pass. Interior delight. Mahorn to Coleman. Pick and roll, they strung out pretty good. Nance flicks the basketball away. One of the few times in the open floor the Cavs have been able to do some damage. The price was right on that trip. Ooh. Mr. D, Richard Petty's favorite basketball player. Make him turn that way for the jumper. You just hope he doesn't knock him down like that. The little baby hook across the lane increases their shooting percentage.
Yeah, he had 7 of 10 from the floor in the first half. Overall, the Cavaliers 51%, the Nets 58. Referees have let him play on quite a bit. They can see only 5 free throws taken in the entire first half. Rebounding totals just about even. Cleveland with 15 turnovers. You take a look at the field goals for the Nets, 26 field goals and 20 assists for the Nets. So good teamwork, finding the open man. And the leading scorers in the ball game, Coleman, Petrovic, Cheeks, all in double figures for the Nets. And Dwayne Shintzes, just a great job after he came off the bench. 11 minutes, hit 3 of 4 from the floor after Rick Mahorn picked up 2 quick personal fouls. Mahorn then returned it, a couple of baskets of his own, and Chris Morris with that good start with a couple of big baskets right at the outset. Daugherty, the only man in double figures for Cleveland, with 16. Price, who struggled through a 2 for 12 performance in the third game, is but 3 of 8 tonight. Sanders, Elo, and Williams, the other leading scorers for the Cavaliers. Off the boards, DC leads them all with 8. Daugherty and Nance with 3 apiece. Coleman also in that first half with half a dozen assists and a couple of steals.
Magic, huh?
Great first half.
And you talk about Coleman and, ooh, how about that segue into a Magic like maybe a triple-double looming. Steals and blocks. Pretty good as well.
Coleman with the ball. Clock down to 10. Mahorn against Daugherty. Rick didn't get a foul call. Nice rebound by Morris.
Tough shot.
Got it.
The tougher they are,
the harder they fall.
or something. His fall.
And it's back to 16.
Kept it alive to himself.
57-41. So Robinson, Petrovic, Mahorn, Coleman, and Morris started for the Nets. Same 5 for the Cavs. Illegal D on the Nets. Nance up front with Sanders and Daugherty, Elo and Price the backcourt.
And they calling on Rick Mahorn, I think.
And Chuck's talking with Joe Forty.
That's about the only way to stop Daugherty, huh? Call the illegal D, hit the reset. Nice job defensively by Draz.
Daugherty just backing his way in, playing that tape. Morris coming over to help, knocked it out of bounds with 8 on the 24. Good help that time. Mo sneaking up on the blind side.
Chuck, a master deceiver. How they give you the different looks. Oh, unerring from deep. They'll Nance. But they come late, come with different looks, small, big, on their doubles.
57-43. Nice look by Petro to Coleman. Morris tipping it again, but Elo has the basketball. Go right to Daugherty again for the sweeper, counted in 1. Mahorn with the foul, his 3rd, and Daugherty now with 18 points in the ballgame.
There's no look in Daugherty's eyes that he's concerned about getting shots off. The chug and then the scrape. So take your pick.
That lead down to 11 now, 19 for Daugherty. That's led it at halftime, 55-41. It is now 57-46, so we played a minute and a half.
Trying to run a staggered double for Draz.
And a 6 now. Coleman moving it on Nance. And Coleman can't believe he didn't get a foul call. And here's Daugherty all alone.
Running the floor. Good, strong power move. And Coleman expecting the respect and going to the line. You know what I mean?
Didn't get it there.
Didn't get it.
Down to a 9-point lead now.
And not getting real good shots right now. That's part of the problem. There's a good one.
Nance able to save it to Sanders, and the Cavs can cut it to 7.
Nice read by Ramil.
Price. The horns out, and now Coleman picking up on Daugherty. Defense right there. Coleman looking up, finds Petro. And a great block by Elo. Here's Sanders back to Daugherty. Price for 3. Cavs have come out on fire right here. A 20-second timeout for the Nets. The lead is down to 6 as Cleveland has outscored the Nets 10-2 to start this third quarter.
Last two opportunities, Chuck trying to get everybody emotionally into. You hate to go in at halftime sometimes when you got a good run as they did. The break causes a breakdown in a sense, but they got a good look for Drazen. They got a running shot for Drazen. So the last couple of opportunities, although not successful, have looked a little bit better. The counter on the block deep, and he has been extremely subdued. But on the mark that time for Price.
Cuts the lead down to 6 now. Shintz is back in, replaces Mahorn. And Dwayne, who came in, did a good job in placing Mahorn midway through the first half. With 3 shots out of 4 attempts. With that same pick and roll. Nice feed by Shintz tomorrow.
Sees things. He's an extraordinary looker for a big guy. And down the low box, he finds people too.
59-51, the net lead is 8.
And Chuck yo-yo and the big guys to get some semblance of defense on Daugherty.
Daugherty going against Shintz, backing his way in.
Not much you can do, you can't block it.
11-14, make it 10-13 from the floor for 23 points. And a 12-2 Cavalier run right here.
They got the mismatch with Shintz.
They can't find it. Knocked away from Ramil. Here's Elo. And it's down to 4.
Nice job by Price warding off Drazen.
Mo Cheeks going to come back in. 59-55. Cheeks is the guy who ignited it in the first half. Ramil with a good spin, and the shot again won't go. Coleman on the foul. Oh.
Extraordinary rebounder. I mean, he didn't have any right for that basketball. Great timing and the desire to snatch.
61-55. 6-point net lead. 7.5 remaining in this third quarter. Shintz went for the ball. Oh, what a block! Gets it out to Robinson. They're letting everything go, aren't they?
Nice cut again.
Shintz puts it home from Coleman.
Coleman sees, finds. What a run by Shintz.
8 points now for Shintz. Here's Price breaking free. And he's hit 2 in a row now. 11 points for Price. The Nets lead at 63-57.
Nice little run there, both clubs, huh?
The block there by
effort. And he bailed out Dwayne, but that's what good interior defense does.
Dwayne, nothing but the bottom of the net. Shintz has 10, and the Nets lead it by 8.
Plugged around all year with the back work with Dave Paval, getting a chance and doing it.
And built up his upper body. They block it again. Petro to Morris, to Ramil, to the hoop. That's by 10. Cavs cut this to a 4-point deficit. The Nets on an 8-2 run right now, and right here, the fast break to give the Nets a 10-point
Great play by Morris. The block. Drazen ran it down, got it to him, and look at this finish. But just solid basketball. And that sign didn't take a lot of overtime to produce. But maybe
Picasso
it's a harbinger
nice sign
of things to come.
Here's Price, finds the open man. It's Nance on the rebound. Shintz snares it, gets it out over to Ramil. The Nets on the run. 3 against 2. Robinson, great ball fake. That's by 12.
You remember making the call for Cheeks?
Yeah.
And Chuck decided, hey, let Ramil get going. You got to get him in the game. And look what he did. Look at his kick out.
Morris to the right, and off the wrong foot. Draws
He
puts
got
it home.
caught. He got caught. But when you can shoot and kiss, good things happen.
71-57. This crowd is on its feet. Elo and Robinson stole it. Morris has it. Gets it to Petro. To Ramil. And he couldn't hold on to it. Oh.
Chuck squirming like he missed an 8-foot putt. Using the body English. Oh.
Everything but.
They are getting it off the D. Any dribble, a pinch, a scrape. And right here, a tough one maybe to handle. A little more of a lob to the tin. Would have been helpful.
5:08 left in this third quarter. Williams, great block. Coleman and Shinsis. Oh. And the call made for midcourt.
Shinsis on the ride is who they give it to. But once again, Coleman stepping to the forefront. Aggressive defense, and they give it to Shinsis, leaning over the back.
Yeah.
You're not going to argue once you see the replay, but just paying attention to business down there by Coleman.
John Williams shooting two.
Spence, while we have a moment, a great way to reward yourself after the game is with the fresh, pure, natural taste of an ice cold Budweiser. Proud to be your Bud. D, your Bud.
71-59, a 12-point net lead, under 5 minutes remaining, third quarter. Here's Ramil to the hoop, the block by Nance, challenging that guy. You're not going to beat him. Here's Price. Count that if it goes. And Petro will pick up the foul.
And look at him refereeing, so saying on the side.
Yeah, but he's going to be on the side.
Heads up play. Don't let him score. Yeah, you can't come up with a baby hook on Nance, can you?
No.
He gets them all in there.
Not even if you're 6'8", it's tough. Price with a floater through the lane.
Look at the
Rebound,
Nets
Ramil.
out. Numbers.
4 against 3. Ramil to Petro. Looking for Coleman.
Gonna force him to the three.
He's got it!
Oh, they all are conductors.
74-59. Elo with a fake rebound. Shinsis.
And Chuck saying, hold it. Halfway down the floor there. CD.
We approach 4 minutes remaining in this third quarter, and the Nets lead it 74-59. The Cavs had cut it to 4, and the Nets withstood that rally.
Nice kick out.
4-3, got it!
Long way to go, but oh my goodness.
18-point net lead. Price looking to cut it to 15. Rebound Morris. Here come the Nets again, flying.
Got the drives for the three.
Now the rebound, Williams.
Get him out.
That's all right. That's all right. Take that one.
Oh, are they getting Western Conference fast break opportunities?
Yes.
Cleveland not responding on the defensive end.
And a timeout. You know, 6. Take a look at those assist numbers for the Nets. Looking for the open man. Cavaliers cut this to 59-55, and the Nets have now gone on an 18-4 run to take their biggest lead.
And you can't say enough about Chris Morris. Beginning of the game and in this quarter, contributing with the tip to himself, with the scrape defensively, leading the charge on the break and making good judgments.
Gerald Wilkins has come back into the lineup now. Here's Price. Shinsis tips it, comes over to Ramil.
Number
3 against 2. Robinson. Come on! It is a 20-point net lead.
Size 12s. I saw them when he was up. The bottom. They've been able to get organized because of the aggressive pressuring of the ball just here.
And Ramil, 2 ticks and steals it the second time. Whoa! Ramil came out slow again the third quarter. The Cavs cut it to 4. Chuck was ready to make the move for Cheeks. Then one quick hoop, he said, I'll let him stay. He let him stay.
I think he saw him out of the corner of his eye and said, I better start perking up.
Here's Coleman. Is there a player around who doesn't see that guy going to the square? He's never lived. Nice move by Williams. Great block by Shensis. Daugherty. We got a foul.
I think it's on Shensis.
It is. With 2:07 left in the third quarter. Terrell Brandon into the lineup.
Dwayne, extraordinary effort. That one almost leading to a fast break and right back in the mix, and good help again by DC.
You see the free throws. Not too many of them being taken by either side in this game. The Nets have taken only 1 all ball game. Shensis leads to a standing ovation.
In his wildest dreams, as he wondered whether they would activate him, you think you ever felt this would happen?
No. Well, here's a kid who took great promise in college, and things just got kind of messed up. And an opportunity to play now for the Nets, and he has really responded this evening, and responded 2 nights ago.
Oh, Drazen.
And Petro puts it home as Brandon slipped down.
And also pretty good use of the arms by Drazen. Not illegal, and no flag.
A minute 40 left in this third quarter.
I like them going to Wilkins. Takes the big guys out of the play. I mean, even if they score, but look at now, they're down to 5, trying to go low to the 3-man.
And the rebound, Petro.
You don't need it.
Oh, mistake.
Don't need it. No. Drazen never played football as a kid.
The football he played was with the foot.
Or baseball.
That's true.
He's not used to making that kind of pass.
A minute 10 remaining in this third quarter.
Back Gooden, he's not.
Wilkins knocked away by Morris. 3 against 1. And that's a clear path. That'll be 2 shots. And Crawford made the call nicely.
You like that call, clear path?
Yeah.
This is what they've done beautifully. Address the cutters after the double. And here's the clear path rule.
What a run by the Nets to open up this 20-point lead. 22-6, they've outscored the Cavaliers after Cleveland and narrowed the deficit down to 4. It looked like the Cavs were ready to roll. Price hit a couple of baskets, including a 3-pointer, and then suddenly the Nets turned it up a notch. Ramil Robinson, Dwayne Shensis, just a great job by him.
Mike O'Koren gets a bang out of Chuck Daly and coaching and playoff time, and every time he gets a chance, you see the turnovers and the responding fast break opportunities off those turnovers. Michael with Chuck, see the belief that guys have and the understanding of what he wants done. I mean, that's the sophisticated level that they've approached. They believe in themselves, they work hard, they enjoy playing, there's none of the bickering, it's aggressive, intelligent approach to playing basketball. And despite the injuries, he has not ever blamed an injury for a loss. He's never dwelled on it. And even though there's 13 and change left, a period and a minute and 2, they are playing great defensive basketball, leading psychologically to good half-court sets and fast break opportunities.
Greg Elo getting a bit of a rest on the bench, and of course if the Nets hold on and win this one, Game 5 Sunday. Now, if Portland wins its game tonight and sends that series to 5, we will be with you Sunday night at 8 o'clock for the 5th game. Should the Nets win and that game does not go to a 5th, and that game does go to a 5th. If it goes to a 5th, if it does not go to a 5th, the Nets will be seen Sunday afternoon on NBC.
Now, Spencer, that call that you like so much, I didn't think it was a clear path. I thought it was a good foul. Now, after further discussion, the officials are going to change it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They didn't discuss it with me.
No, they didn't. They didn't seek our approval. And you really can't blame them. I mean, Lenny Wilkins and Elo asking, and they received. So that's why they have the ball on the side.
So the ball belongs to the Nets. It was a 3-on-1 break. Here's Coleman to Robinson. Chris Morris for three!
The touch on fire.
And the Nets have opened up a 23-point lead, 84-61. Williams. Morris with the steal. This is 4-on-1. Here's Ramil. Jam it home.
The deal. The D. Leading to the real delivery.
86-61. The Nets by 25 points. Williams. And they say it'll still be Cleveland ball, but Coleman touched it. DC's gone all the way, nearly 36 minutes.
He almost got away with that scrape and off the knee.
A 27-6 run for the Nets, and what a block by Coleman. The horn to Petro. Wants three.
Oh my God! Lingering. Terrestrial.
Clock running down here in the third quarter. Daugherty has to take it. Rebound Morris. That'll do it. The crowd will tell you what's happened here.
There isn't anybody that would have believed this performance. Everybody say, well, they got one. They want more. They don't get the three. But send it in, Mo!
This club on. You know, we talked on Wednesday about how animated the crowd was, as animated as maybe it's ever been here at the Meadowlands Arena. A little bit of a slow start tonight, but there's no question this crowd is louder, more animated than Wednesday's crowd, and for good reason. The Nets are playing brilliantly. How about Dwayne Shinsis? He signs as a free agent in October. Nobody believes that he can do it except maybe one man. He's sitting up, way up watching. Willis Reed had confidence in the man. Every time Shinsis grabs a rebound and scores a point, a big smile on Willis Reed's face.
It's Spencer to go with Coleman on Daugherty and run Morris at him.
Here's Wilkins giving to Ferry. Oh, another block.
Get it out of here!
Morris, he'll take it on the smaller Brandon and lay it home. 18 for Mo, 13 here in the second half. The Nets on a 31-6 run. Wow. That's a foul.
Not much you can do, but that's the aggressive play of the Nets defensively. Stepping it up a notch. Great challenge on Brandon. Mo stepping out. Extraordinary defensive wizardry. Blocking shots, presenting themselves. Oh, wrap this one up, Charles.
The hope for a win was there. This devastating and overwhelming a performance, even the most ardent supporter could not have believed the Nets could have turned in this kind of effort tonight. And they've done it just with a great deal of grit, a great deal of determination, and just togetherness, and a growing togetherness.
Solid. Just imagine a little spin out by Derrick and good control by Mo.
Coleman. Rebound Ferry.
He's not killing them.
Get him out of here. Here's Brandon.
Oh my God.
Rebound. Oh, this is 3 against 2 again. Morris to Ramil. Knocked away, and Ferry has it. Gets it out over to Brandon. Did Mo take some steps? Or
He may have gone up early. Can't just miss those opportunities. They're not over, as we all know, because of threes and explosive half-court sets.
10.5 remaining, a 25-point net lead. Cleveland made that run, and then the Nets responded with one of their own, 31-6 to be exact. Here's Mahorn. Down to 6 in the 24. And Morris puts it. Oh!
God.
Oh! Mo was in some kind of a zone.
Where are you?
11 from the floor for 20 points.
Mo, where are you? Bring me with you. Look at them slide the picks and bump guys.
Brandon, the three, fakes it. Coleman goes for it. Coleman has it. DC, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, 19 points. Look.
Well, he got away with it, if you recall. When Brandon on the pick and roll, the other side, when he spun him out. And once you just say, ooh, I got away with it. Don't try it again. Officials are too good. And the Nets right now are too good. Long way to go. Play solid. You might get one.
Viable backcourt.
The 9 of them, and this is just the defense responding once again. Taking advantage. You noted the taller, stronger, fleet of foot Morris. Terrell Brandon.
Good recognition.
Nets scoring where the Cavs seem to dominate.
There's Williams.
We're going against the size guys.
Another block. That's his 7th of the ball game.
Needs 3.
Needs 3 and 2 assists for a quadruple double.
And a rebound.
One rebound. It'd be funny if he got the blocks and the assists and wound up with only 9 rebounds. Here's Morris for 3. Rebound, Petro gets the foul.
He got caught.
My finger.
There were 6 apples here when I left the room. Here's number 6. A discard. 7. Not enough room for Wilkins to maneuver by Drazen.
They're challenging every dribble. The horn goes for it, but Williams wins the rebound. Daugherty.
Well, he's amazing, huh? Little distance as well.
He's been the whole team. 29 points for Daugherty. Price has 11. That is it as far as double figures are concerned. 92-67. Raphael Addison set to come back into the lineup. Coleman with 9 of the 24, driving on Williams.
Good call, too. And he had to free those hands if he was going to be able to perform. Good use of the bounce, too. Had the guy hugging him, Williams.
Petro leads. Draws tonight, 9 of 15 from the floor, 19 points. And Addison in to take his place.
15, you hear that? Pick and roll. Derrick being the center on this play.
10 of the 24. Coleman. He got it off. He did. Sanders with the rebound gets it out over to Brandon. Cavaliers looking to run, but great transition defense by the Nets.
At least he walked.
Wilkins. Rebound. Coleman. That's his 12th. Shitz is set to come back in.
The air out just a little of the Nets on the offensive end, and rightfully so. Gather now.
Down to 5 of the 24, and Ramil will take it. Morris.
What a tip,
Mahorn. Won't go.
He tipped that to Mahorn, too.
Pretty.
All he had to do was lay it up. He made it into a jump shot.
7:10 left in this ball game. That's by 25 in case you just joined us.
Got to beat him with the dribble. He's not going to beat him out there. Good job.
Berry, the second field goal. Cleveland jumped out to an early 17-10 lead. And then the Nets had a big run to close out the first quarter. 14-4.
And Chuck wants a timeout because
it's slowing down a little.
Yeah, the emotion subsiding after a marvelous run by this club. You notice Derrick walking to the Pines fatigued, and I wonder why. He's got to do a little more for this club.
Sports Channel, and they're standing in the aisles here at the Meadowlands, where the Nets leading at 92-69. Dwayne Shinsis has come back into the lineup, replacing Rick Mahorn. So the Nets go with Shinsis, Morris, Coleman up front. Both Cheeks back in the lineup now for Ramil Robinson, who really stepped it up in the second half. Robinson with 8 assists.
Spencer going with a little bit of a speed kind of lineup. You know, all forwards, Cleveland. So Nets should be able to get some post stuff.
Cheeks, rebound, Ferry. 6.5 remain.
Defensively, could present some dilemmas.
Brandon, rebound, pulled down by Morris. Mo is flying, he's soaring, and he's foul gone up.
Oh, is that a stage 3 aircraft when he goes up that early? Noise abatement.
Personal foul on 18, John Williams.
Speed.
We got a technical called also.
Elevation. Oh. And this is, who's it on Morris?
I think Mo might have said something about the foul. Coleman perhaps. They got it on Derrick.
Maybe he felt Mo had a flagrant foul committed against him.
Ferry hits the technical. And now Morris will go to the line to shoot 2. 92-70. Biggest net lead was 92-65.
Lenny Wilkins, one of the real nice people. Somewhat shocked by this devastating run. Grappling, I'm sure the assistants, Brian Winters, Dick Helm, Jimmy Boylan as well down there. Jersey guy, old Marquette player.
Getting away for Al McGuire's championship team.
Now an assistant, works with Wayne Embry as well. But they're sitting there making suggestions, and this is one part of the game where you might listen as a head coach. You know, you're searching, you're looking for some support because everything is broken down.
Chris Morris with 22 points, Mo with 17 of them here in the second half.
Look at this defense, the slap away by Mo. There you go again.
Cavaliers with 20 turnovers, a team that averages 13 a game.
Now they haven't run this little set that often. A little screen down and a screen down on the weak side.
Try to get it called at that time, but pass a little behind. Derrick looks at him and says, give me the bounce.
Now look at him go right to the three-point shooter, though. Didn't let him get the 3 off Furry.
Brandon, rebound, Addison. 5:35 remain. Nets go to Cleveland Sunday. 94-70. Now Portland wins tonight to send that to a 5th game against San Antonio. We'll be with you on Sports Channel Sunday night at 8 o'clock. 7:45 with the pregame. Otherwise, Game 5 will be seen on NBC TV. And here's Derrick Coleman again in an afternoon contest. 21 for Coleman.
He's playing where he should be on MTV. A lot of faking in that lane, setting up that jumper. And look at this D by Mo again.
Sanders bothered him. Coleman has another rebound, given 13. Still stagnated at 8 assists.
He's killing us. He's got to look for people.
Jitsis finds Addison, can't put it home. Ferry with the rebound. 4:32 remaining. How quickly, I think, you know, we're talking about this during the break. How quickly does something like this wear off if you're the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Now they're pros, so it'll be another story. Each game presents a different look.
Jitsis with the block. Gerald Wilkins has been taken completely out of his game.
And Shinsis is on his game.
Coleman finds Morris, who's fouled by Sanders in deep.
That would have been an assist, too.
Petro back in. Addison will leave. Well, Jay Geidinger comes in the lineup for Cleveland. We were kidding before the first game. We said, if we see Geidinger tonight, you know the Nets are in trouble. Well, first right here, we're seeing Geidinger, and the Nets aren't in trouble. Here is Dwayne Shinsis. And what a night he has had. Coming off the bench, hitting 5 of 7 from the floor, 4 rebounds, a couple of blocks, 10 points. Williams. Rebound Shinsis. Crowd is on its feet, just cheering the Nets on for a marvelous effort. Here's Petro. And the 24-second violation.
Look at Mo. Mo and Draz have two great, and Derrick just telling them what to do. And but Morris and Draz, they have a great way of expressing to one another their thoughts.
Wilkins.
Oh, Gerald, as you mentioned, not getting anything. No woofing tonight.
No, that's for sure. The woofers were taken out. Chucky Brown's going to come in. You know who he's going to take the place of, and you know the roof's going to come down when Derrick Coleman leaves. And unfortunately, you won't be able to hear because I think we'll get a timeout after this set. Coleman with 4 on the 24.
That should be illegal. Yeah, illegal. Behind and over the back. You know that Larry Bird shot?
Yeah. That's right. Well, Coleman's going to leave. And Chucky Brown will take his place. We'll be in commercial when you hear the cheers. Be with you Sunday night at 8 o'clock, pregame show at 7:45 from Cleveland. Should Portland be eliminated from the playoffs, the Net-Cleveland game would become a national TV game, which would be seen, we're not sure exactly what time, but sometime Sunday afternoon on NBC.
The magic comparison of playing big in the playoffs starting to take shape. He's got to learn how to pass the ball. One more block.
And 2 more assists. And a quadruple double. And Chuck wanted to take him out. Derrick said, I want to play the whole game. And a far different situation from last year about coming out. There were smiles on the faces, and Chuck said, okay, stay out there. You got me here. Here's Williams putting it home with a foul on Shinsis.
In there, it was one of the few times they've been able to turn the corner and not get support. Spencer, the Cavs average 107.7. Now, all game long, you'd see Derrick, but now no step up to assist. So Shinsis was on his own. But 107 points a game, and now they're at 73. A far cry from the Hughes scoring. So you have to attribute that to excellent preparation and extraordinary reaction by the defense.
Well, before that three-point play, the Cavs had but 9 points in the first 10 minutes of this quarter. Here's Coleman. This was out of bounds.
Out of bounds violation.
96-73. The Nets lead it by 23. Coleman is still in a zone where you would think this is a 2-point game. And the level of intensity is not diminished at all.
Not on this end, Spence. He's not working as hard on the defensive end.
Well, 2 assists and 1 block shot away from a quadruple double. Hey, take a look at the Cleveland bench. And head coach Lenny Wilkins with Brian Winters. Bernard King, his first attempt. And the rebound pulled down by Brandon. And Brandon puts it on. Terrell Brandon, his first basket, he has 4 points, 96-75. What an effort tonight by Chuck Daly's New Jersey Nets to send this to a 5th game Sunday in Cleveland. Coleman for 3. Shinsis just a little too deep and couldn't stare down that rebound.
And this is all with a guy not ready to play yet.
Yeah.
But physically himself, just a tremendous contribution tonight.
Guys have run 7 in a row now.
String time, and I don't mean string music, as Joe Dean used to say, playing out the string.
The crowd on its feet, a standing ovation for the Nets. Low cheeks. And up and down. 37.5 seconds remain. Here is Wilkins. And Wilkins finally gets his first basket. And it comes with 26 seconds remaining. Coleman will hold the ball near midcourt. Got to shoot it with about 3 on the 24. And DC says why. And that's too late. 24-second violation. A second and a half remaining. And that'll do it. Lenny Wilkins goes back to Cleveland. And the Nets will have a 5th game coming up on Sunday against the Cavaliers.
Danny Glover wins 3.6. Who's going to argue?
And that one will end it. A great win for the New Jersey Nets, who turn it on short-handed. They come from behind to send this series to a 5th game on Sunday in Cleveland. The final score, the Nets 96, the Cavaliers 79. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this. 79. Who would have thunk? Now, here's the amazing thing about this game. If you lead the story by saying the New Jersey Nets were limited to 8 fourth-quarter points and still beat the Cleveland Cavaliers by 17, you would shake your head and say, how could that be? Well, what an effort tonight by the Nets and our Budweiser player of the game, and there were so many of them.
Well, some of the people contributed all night long, so they didn't have to score in the 3rd period. A terrific block by Dwayne Shinsis, and ending appropriately with an outstanding and resounding send it in by Chris Morris, the Budweiser play of the game. And you have to compliment the effort of Dwayne Shinsis. He has been terrific.
And we're going to be speaking with Dwayne Shinsis in just a couple of minutes when we get back, as the Nets have beat the Cavaliers to set up a 5th game by a score of 96-79. Back here at the Meadowlands, where the Nets have beaten the Cleveland Cavaliers 96-79 to set up a 5th and decisive game in the series to be played on Sunday in Cleveland. We may be with you Sunday night for that game. If Portland wins tonight, we'll be on at 8 o'clock. Otherwise, it'll be an afternoon game. And here's one of the heroes tonight. Dwayne Shinsis comes off the bench, 10 points. It's 5 of 8 from the floor, 6 rebounds, and 3 blocked shots. Now, you got to get off the wire. So I could bring this up to you because you're a little bit, getting ready, keeping ready. How tough was it for you during the course of the season, trying to get your back ready and just mentally keeping yourself going?
It was real tough. I'd come in every day, and try to get in there on the Stairmaster, lift weights every day, ride the bike, and it got sickening, I told everybody I would rather have missed the whole season and played in the playoffs than have played the whole season and missed the playoffs.
Bill said something, though, during the course of the game. He said, in the wildest dreams, do you think Dwayne Shinsis ever could have thought what happened tonight could have happened to him this year? I'm not talking about down the future.
No, I kind of thought I was looking forward to next year, but like I said, I'm so happy. I've worked hard, and, I think I deserved it.
Here's your offense and defense. Kicking it out.
Starting to break. Ramil, the finisher. Look at me running, sprinting down the floor with my blazing speed.
Great look. And the kiss at the end.
Oh.
Dwayne, I saw you in college, and one of the things you did beautifully is pass the basketball. I think it's a God-given talent.
Yeah. It's just something I've played with great players all through my career. I played with Vernon Maxwell at University of Florida. I played with Tony Mack, who led the nation in scoring in high school. So it was one thing I'm good at is giving the ball up. Sometimes I try to look, tonight I look for my offense a little bit, but we got such great talent that if I can just give the ball to them, I'm fine.
And Derrick Coleman's got to love the way you play away from the basket as well. Lets him roam down low. Oh,
definitely. Derrick's a great player. He's definitely the franchise. I love when the guys call him franchise. you know, like I was telling him, he can't do it all. We have to have people step up like they did tonight, and if we do that, I think we can sneak one in Cleveland on Sunday.
Okay, the stepping up thing, how much of an influence is the man who sits in those good suits on the bench to you?
He's been tremendous. He's really been supportive all year. He keeps telling me, "Go get paid, go get paid." And I don't know what he's talking about. But you know, I'm having a ball. This is the best time of the season. I'm just happy to be a part of the Nets.
Great job, Dwayne. Really, and a big effort. And now it's on to Sunday. And let's face it, coming in the locker room tonight, what was the atmosphere? The hope for a Sunday game, but realistically, how high might that hope have been?
We knew it was do or die time. We went in there, the atmosphere on the team was really good. We had a short, brief shoot around this morning, and we knew we had to come get it done tonight or it was over. We're not ready to go home yet, so we're going to Cleveland, and hopefully we can bring it back.
They're going to need another fine game from you defensively, I think, against Daugherty. At the end of the game, Coleman let you down. You led Williams to the basket. He wasn't there.
He wasn't there. I mean, I tried to give him his 10th block. He would have had a quadruple-double, but he let me down, so I had to foul him just so he would run the score up a little bit. We didn't want to embarrass him too bad, so.
Congratulations.
Great effort. Thank you.
Great job. Dwayne Shinsis comes off the bench, gets 10.6 rebound, and he won't let us forget the 3 blocks. 3 big blocks in helping the Nets to a big victory, 96-79. And we want to remind you that Net Basketball will continue on Sports Channel Sunday night. That's an if, a maybe for Sunday night if we'll be with you. It all depends whether or not the Portland Trailblazers extend their series to 5 against San Antonio tonight. If they do, we'll be with you Sunday night. Otherwise, that game will be seen on NBC TV. Our coverage, should we be with you, we'll start with the Sharp Nets tip-off show at 7:45. Once again, the final score, 96-79 Nets. For Bill Raftery, Spencer Ross reminding you to stay tuned for Nets Wrap, where we'll be joined by Matt Loughlin.